So today's talk is the quest to happy. But first, a joke. 10-month-old is in his high chair and he's fidgeting and, moving around a lot and almost about to fall out when the mom says to the dad, straighten him out, will you? So the dad turns to the kid and goes, what are you going to do with your life? Are you going to be like this forever? It's time to grow up. Mom didn't let him do that no more. Perspective. The quest to happy. So, one thing I've learned about happy is that there's absolutely no goal you can set that will get you there. Not even the goal to be happy will get you to happy. Now, I've tried. I've tried all kinds of goals. Love, thriving, freedom. None of them led to happy. The only thing that can get you to happy is by generating it from within. I was told that being of service, there is nothing that brings you more happiness than being of service to others. And the truth for me is that didn't turn out to be true. That I could be of service to others and feel resentful. I could be of service to others and be angry. I could be of service to others and be sad. This lesson became so clear to me about 15 years ago when I had 2 days that were almost exact repeats of each other in terms of when I got up and everything I did all day long. I mean, they were almost exactly the same, except one of those days I was happy. And the other one, I definitely wasn't. And I saw that. I saw that in my actions, I could not create happy. That the only difference I found between those 2 days was what I was feeling within me anyway, what I brought forth within me anyway. Anytime we set a goal, even the goal to be happy, what we are doing is saying right then and there by setting the goal that it's something we don't have. I don't know a single person who has ever gotten on the scale, weighed themselves, and then set a goal to the weight they already had. If they set a goal, it was a different weight. Or looked at their bank account and wanted to set a goal, and so set that goal to the same amount they already had. Every single time we set a goal, it's because it's something that we think we don't already have, and we're setting that goal because on some level we think we want it or need it. But I promise you, no matter what goal you set, it's not getting you to happy. In my life, I have been victorious in many, successful in many of the ventures I've gone after, and I have failed in many of the ventures I've gone after. I've experienced the full scale of all of it. And none, whether it was victorious, but the victories, in the moment of victory, sure, you feel happy. Sure, it can feel like, oh my God, I have achieved what I have always wanted to achieve. I have it now. Yay! And there's celebration and there's party. And then there's the next day. Those folks in football or in baseball or in soccer who go every single day and work, work to achieve the top of their game, to be the ones to be crowned the best in whatever it is they're doing at the Olympics, no matter what they're doing. Once they achieve it and they feel that success, then they wake up the next day and they got to do it again. That's true for all of us in anything we're doing in our lives. Ginny does the Rose Bowl thing and has this tremendous success every year. And then the next year has to do it again. All of us. I have a fantastic Sunday, right? Maybe that week my talk was just so inspiring and everybody was like, wow, that was great. And then Monday comes along and I got to do it again. The goal alone cannot get you to happy. Happy is something we have to generate, no matter what the circumstance. One of the most powerful things about science of mind is the first two steps in treatment, because they transmute any goal. They transmute any idea of what is best and right. I took my dog for a walk this morning. And as we were walking, I was thinking about happy. I was thinking about what it takes to be happy. You know, people say, well, if you love what you do, if you love the people you're with, you'll be happy. But being on my fourth marriage, I can tell you that love isn't always happy. Love brings as much misery as it does happy. Life brings as much misery as it does happy. So happy is not something we can receive except for a moment here or a moment there. And I think what happens a lot of the times for many of us is something we do, something we have received makes us happy. And then we think, this is it. This is it. This is what will make me happy. And so you go after more of what it was that made you happy. And then you find out, like I have, because I'm sure you've had the same experience, that actually it's not always happy to have the same thing. Maybe you get bored of the same thing. Maybe you simply woke up in a bad mood. Maybe there's something else going on that is taking precedence over what you thought made you happy. They say that in the political arena, I've lived in small towns. And one of the things about politics in a small town is you can tell how well the town is doing by what people are complaining about. This is what they say in politics all the time. People never stop complaining, but you can tell how well a town is doing by what it is they're complaining about. If people are complaining that there are homeless people and people aren't being fed and there are things, there are real problems in the town, that town is not doing well. If people are complaining that the park in the center of town doesn't have enough trees and it hasn't been landscaped enough lately, then you know that town is doing really well, because that's all they have to complain about. But it ain't like, in any town in America, people stop complaining about something. That is the nature of politics and how people get elected. I'll fix that park for you. So when we're looking at our lives in our quest for happiness, it's incredibly important to stop looking out there for it. Because whatever you think, whatever goal you have set, whether it's losing 30 pounds, whether it's achieving a successful business, whether it, or, a number one hit record, or, your art plastered, or president of the United States, whatever goal you're going after, trying to elect the person you want elected president, I promise you, it will not bring you happiness. Now, am I saying we shouldn't have goals? No. I believe that goals are the backbone of life and create a quest and a journey that makes for a life. So we need goals. We need stuff to go after. We want to achieve. And after we've achieved, we want to achieve more. And that's not a bad thing. Achievement is not bad, it's actually good. But when we attach our happiness to that achievement, we have wrecked our journey. We have wrecked our own ship, our own backbone that is guiding us towards something brilliant. One thing that I am certain of, and that is that everything that happens in my life is for my good from the perspective of building me more towards the character, towards the person, towards the stand I want to be in life. And I get to see how I react to those situations that I'm not so happy with. And if I haven't reacted all that well, I get to learn from that. And if I don't learn from that, I notice that same circumstance or something similar is going to happen again, and I'm going to have another opportunity to respond to it. Turns out at 65, I have found myself to be a very slow learner in terms of certain ways in which I respond to life. I am not the quickest, the smartest, or the best at pretty much anything. But I am relentless. And I trust myself in my relentlessness. I've learned that about myself. That whatever it is I'm after, trying to learn or want to grow into, I will be relentless at that. And I will not give up till the day I die. And I have noticed that by being relentless, it doesn't bring me a lot of happiness. Because nothing can. But it brings me an enormous amount of opportunity to bring forth from myself that which is my expression of happy. My wife is really good at this. This is something that I have watched day in and day out. She wakes up through an expression of happy that she then brings to her life. It wasn't always that way when we first met, but she has evolved into that and is an inspiration for me. The way she brings forth happy into her life and into the activities she does in her life, whatever those activities are. Now, one of the things that I know that I get attached to is when I am on a roll, when I'm doing that which is my purpose to do every day. And so I get into the process of it. and am happy about the process. Now, there was a time I thought that if I was happy about the process, then that would bring me happy. But I want you to know that it is the last obstacle to happy. That when we get ourselves past results, when we get ourselves to a point in which we feel right about our process, we can still get attached to the thinking that it's the process that's bringing us happy. It's not. Nothing can. Not a single circumstance. That's why there are poor people who live incredibly happy lives, and there are rich people who have everything who are miserable. All we have to do is look out at the world, at anybody who has achieved a goal that we want for ourselves. And we can find those who have that goal who are happy, and we can find those who have that goal who are not. This is not an easy concept because we grow up in a society that says achievement brings happy, that says the more you have, the happier you are, that says be rich like me, that even says those who say wealth can't buy you happiness are people who have it and don't want you to have it. People will say all kinds of stuff. But we need to get past all that. There's something greater here going on. And it isn't love. Well, yes, love is greater and love is going on, but that won't bring you happy. Only happy brings you happy. The choice of happy. And the choice of happy is different from the choice of love, is different from the choice of achieve, is different from the choice of free. Because any of those other things that you think will bring you happy won't. I've tried. I've achieved them all at one time or another in my life. And I find the only thing that has ever brought me happy was that choice to be happy in whatever it is that's going on. When I am at my worst, I'm unhappy, I'm angry, I'm upset about something, I will stay in that state until I remember the truth. That whatever it is I'm unhappy about, I could change. Whatever it is I'm angry at, I could change. Whatever it is I'm upset at, I could change. And that's not going to change me to be happy. That the only thing that is my choice of getting, of allowing that to build in myself, allowing that to come forth from within me, from within you. You have within yourself everything you need to be happy. Sure, set goals. Like I said, goals are the backbone of life. We need goals because they give us the journey, the quest to become that which we came here to be. So if you don't have goals, find them, whatever they are. Goal of peace, not what I'm crazy about, but maybe it's what you're after. Goal of love, goal of achievement, whatever your goals are, goal of losing weight, goals of getting healthy and strong, whatever they are, sure, because they will move you forward. But if you want happy, the only place you can generate that is from within yourself and bringing it out into whatever process, into whatever journey you are moving on, walking on, flying on. Happy is a beautiful thing. And when we bring it forth, there's something miraculous in that. I have seen people crack up laughing at the most horrendous things, bring forth some joy out of misery. It's always possible. It's always there within us because God is always there. Spirit is always there. Love is always there. It's all right. My hands are on my chest and I'm realizing you can't see my chest. It's all here in your heart. Everything you need. Any goal you set is saying you don't have that. Everything you need to be happy is within you already. You have it. It's yours. I love you. Develop it. Practice it. Practice bringing it forth. That's the key. Practice it. Remembering and bringing it forth. That's the real spiritual practice here. And that's what will impact others the most. All right. I'm done talking.
God is the source of all supply. Money is God in action. What I give, I receive multiplied abundantly. All that God is, I am, and so it is.